What's going on, guys? This time I got the quality of audio and video a little better. I think I might replace this camera if I'm going to do these more often because this is usually what I use for my streaming when I do stream. But as of like doing these kind of like quality videos, I don't know. It looks kind of crap. But anyways, today I'm doing another deck profile. Today is going to be Gimmick Puppet. This is one of my favorite archetypes. I love these dark archetypes like Gimmick Puppet, Dark World. These are they're just so cool to me. So, anyways, we're just gonna get right into it. So first off, we have Gimmick Puppet Little Soldiers at 3. So this is what you're gonna use to dump a Gimmick Puppet to the grave because this deck is all about the graveyard and bringing it out from the grave. So this will most likely you're gonna be dumping Ruse Doll. So we're gonna be playing Gimmick Puppet Little Soldiers at 3. What's really good with this too is the card that you dump has to be a different level than it. So you can't be dumping level 4s, but what you can do is the card that you dump, that will change the level of this card to that. So if you dump a level 8 and then you have another level 8 Gimmick Puppet monster on the field, you're already into your Z summoning for the rest of this deck, basically. So 3 Gimmick Puppet Little Soldiers. We play Gimmick Puppet Ruse Doll at 3. Now, this is the one that you most likely want to be dumping with Gimmick Puppet Little Soldiers because what it does when it's sent to the field, or it's sent to the grave, sorry, from either field or deck or anywhere other than the hand, what it will do is return back to your hand, and then what you do is you reveal one Z's rank to your opponent from your extra deck, and then you special summon a level card that's the same. So if it's a rank 8, you're going to be special summoning a rank 8 Gimmick Puppet along with itself. So that's also two rank 8s or level 8s that you have right there. Man, sorry, I'm stuttering a bit. I'm not used to doing these, all right? Cut me some freaking slack. Anyways, that's 3 Gimmick Puppet Ruse Dolls. Most likely, the card you're going to be searching that is Gimmick Puppet Cattle Scream at 1. I love look at this card art, man. Look at whoever designed this had a very sinister childhood. If you can kind of see, I'm telling you, this camera sucks. But Google some of these Gimmick Puppets. What I've actually been doing is I've actually been putting these into AI and having the AI design even more like messed up looking versions of this card, of these cards actually. Very, very messed up. But I love it. Anyways, what you're going to be doing is you're most likely going to be searching this. So let's say you have these two, you're going to Z's these off. And then whatever, let's say you detach one. Now, what this does from grave, or even hand rather, is it will have the Z's monster detach one material to special summon itself. So we play that at 1. We play Gimmick Puppet Scissor Arms at 2. Come on, dude. Come on. I'm sorry. I tried to get a better. But this is, it literally looks like a bound woman tied to like a giant pair of scissors. Now, all of these are mannequins. They're not, I guess, bio-organical, but something's not right here with this archetype. I love it. I'm all for it. Basically, when this card is normal summon, so normally you wouldn't want to special summon this card. Um, but what you want to do is you want to normal summon it, then it'll dump one to the grave as well. It's pretty good. I don't play it at 3. Um, it's not once per turn though, but usually having 3 is too many. It comes up way too often. You don't want to see it that often. You want to see your other Gimmick Puppets. But having this at not once per turn and being able to either add it to hand or draw it, it's not too bad to get your engine going to get Gimmick Puppets into the grave. We play Terror Baby at 2. This also very good when it's normal summoned. You can target one Gimmick Puppet monster in grave, except for itself, of course, in special summon in defense mode. But the better effect is when it's in the grave, you can banish this, and now for the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your Gimmick Puppet monster effects for the rest of this turn. So 1 to special summon a Gimmick Puppet. 2, let's say use Z's or link it off, banish it, and now your opponent can no longer respond to your Gimmick Puppets. 1 Gimmick Puppet Dreary Doll For the effect of when it's in the grave, you can banish one other Gimmick Puppet monster, special summon itself. One Gimmick Puppet Bisque doll, same thing as the what the hell was this? Dreary doll. Same concept, except from the hand, so you dump one to the grave, special summon itself. This is the one that came out in the Maze of Millennium, Gimmick Puppet Fiendish Knight. This card is actually very, very powerful. Along with Rouge Doll being your main target for little soldiers, you also, if you want to get into your Z's rank 4 Gimmick Puppet, this guy is the guy to do it. Because what he does from hand is either target one monster in your opponent's grave, special summon to their field, and then special summon itself, or you can target one Gimmick Puppet monster in your grave, special summon that, and also special summon itself. Also, if it's sent from the I think field to the grave. No, if it's sent to the grave, so either from field, hand, deck, whatever, you can add it back to hand. So very, very, very powerful. But you only really need it at one. Next, I play two Gimmick Puppet Mseti, Glory of Horus. So actually, the Horus cards are actually very powerful in this deck because not only are they rank 8 that you can use off of the sarcophagus to get themselves back, they also dump material into your grave. So if you have Gimmick Puppet monsters that, let's say you already used Rouge Doll, you have another Rouge Doll, or you have another rank 8 or something, you can actually use these to dump those as well to get material in, and then also they are rank 8. So 2 Mseti, 1 Gimmick Puppet Happy, Guidance of Horus. So that's it for the main monsters. Now on to the spells. We play 3 Mansion of the Dreary Dolls. This is awesome because not only does it, on activation, you add a Gimmick Puppet monster from deck to hand. Your Gimmick Puppets are no longer affected by the activated effects of your opponent's monsters, except for their Z's, which is pretty niche. And then, so you can also detach one material from a Z's Gimmick Puppet that you control, and then special summon a monster to your opponent's field, which in Gimmick Puppets, if you guys know it at all, is very useful. Actually, what I normally do, I'll show you a combo afterwards that I normally do. So 3 Mansion, 3 Condolence Puppets. This is basically the Foolish Burial of the Gimmick Puppet deck, so it'll dump one from deck to grave. And then also a Z's monster that you control, you can banish this from grave, and then that Z's monster is unaffected, or sorry, it can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects for the rest of the turn, basically. Actually, while it's face up. It's not even for the rest of the turn. So if somehow your Yu-Gi-Oh match lasts like 5-6 turns, perfect. We play 2 Junk Puppets. You just basically target 1 Gimmick Puppet monster in your grave, special summon it. That's it. But very powerful. You saw off the rest of those. You have like a million Gimmick Puppets that basically dump to the grave, and then if you have this in hand, hey, there you go. Special summon it back. We play 2 Rank Up Magic Argent Chaos Force. I always forget the names of these, man. They're so long. Basically, what you do is you use these to rank up your Gimmick Puppet monsters from, let's say, you Z's out a level 8. You use this to make a level 9. So it'll rank up to 1 level. But this will only work for number C's or Z's monsters. God, that's a mouthful. That is 1 rank above the one that you control. So let's say you have a Gimmick Puppet Z's monster that's level 8, and you want to make the level 9, you just make the level 9 off of this. And then it also has a recursion effect. So if you summon another Z's monster to the field, and this is engraved, you just add it right back to hand. And then you can use it again. So it's not, the effect of ranking up is not once per turn. Actually, this card was the exact reason why Gimmick Puppet of Strings and Dark Strings were limited to 1, because they were OTKing people. Because it would come back off of the other Gimmick Puppet, then it would get back again. So you can do it twice per turn and burn your opponent for like 8,000, 9,000 damage. Also, we use Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Force. Now this is basically the same thing, but it's a quick effect. You banish dark monsters from your grave to basically rank up a Z's monster into either a Phantom Knights, Raid Raptor, or a Z's Dragon. And I'll show you why I play this at one. This is actually a lot of people don't see this coming. First of all, but secondly, it basically makes your towers, and I'll show you that. Walls of the Imperial Tomb for the horse cards, King Sark for the horse cards. This card is actually pretty powerful in this deck. Branded Regained. So basically, when a light or dark monster is banished from grave, what you do is you put it back into the deck, and then you draw one. This is actually very good in this deck because cards like the one I showed you, the rank up spell, will banish your cards. Other gimmick puppets will banish cards, so it's pretty good recursion in this deck. We play terraforming at one because I think it is at one, and you also just need one because you have the mansion at three. It comes up pretty often, but just in case, it's always good to have one more. Foolish Burial, very good in this deck, already self-explanatory. We play three triple tactic talent because a lot of cards, the majority of cards in this deck, are normal spell and or traps. So, pretty self-explanatory. And then just the one triple tactic talent. So that's it for the spell cards. Onto the traps. We play one Puppet Parade. So if your opponent has more monsters than you do, you can special summon gimmick puppet monsters with unique names to the field up to the number of monsters that your opponent controls. And then also, if your life points are 2,000 or less than your opponent, you can also set one rank up magic normal spell. So you can't set the quick play one, but still, pretty good. So that's that. We play Service Puppet Play. This card is actually, both of those are actually searchable off one of the Gimmick Puppet Z's monsters, which I'll show you. This is good because what this allows you to do is it's very easy for you to have a board of at least two, if not three, Z's Gimmick Puppet monsters on your field. So what this allows you to do is take control of your opponent's monsters up to the number of Z's Gimmick Puppet monsters you control. So you could just take control. So even if you have one, your opponent, links off the cards into a monster, boom, right away, take control of that. And then the secondary effect is you can banish this card, and then target one Z's monster in either graveyard and special summon it to either field in defense mode. And then we play Rivalry. Rivalry is actually the way that you gimmick puppet lock with this deck. Without Nightmare. I remember I was playing at locals when the ban list was announced, and then they said Gimmick Puppet Nightmare was was banned, and I'm like, what the hell, man? I actually play Gimmick Puppets, but I guess instead of banning Sanctifier Dragon, which almost nobody, including myself, plays branded anymore. Instead of getting rid of the common denominator, you decide to get rid of other cards like Gimmick Puppet Nightmare. Without Albion the Sanctifier Dragon, tell me who else plays Gimmick Puppet Nightmare? So in Gimmick Puppet, that would actually be perfect. But hey, I don't make the rules. Anyways, spells traps. Now on to the hand traps. So we just play three Ash Blossom. Very, very strong, very popular. In this deck, Forbidden Droplets is great because it gets you a lot of material into the grave, stops your opponent because basically, if Gimmick Puppet effects were quick effects, this would be the ultimate deck. But because they're not really quick effects, they're very powerful effects, but they're not quick effects. So this actually stops your opponent's monsters a lot, gets you a lot of material into the grave. So I only have two Forbidden Droplets. If you have three, pick up three. I'm just too lazy to go grab another one, even though the price has gone down on these. I think they're about like $8 now, $12 if anything, but I don't know. I just don't want to buy another one. And then just three Infinite Imperm, also searchable off, triple tactics. So that's about it for the main deck and then the hand traps. Now on to the extra deck. So we play two Gimmick Puppet Chimera Dolls. These are great because on summon, it will add you a Gimmick Puppet from deck to hand, and then if the only thing that you control is gimmick puppets, then adding a card to hand, and also you can special summon one gimmick puppet monster. So even the card that you summon, or the card that you add to hand, doesn't necessarily need to be the one that you can special summon. You can special summon any other gimmick puppet monster that you have from hand. So very powerful. So I played these at 2. It comes up a lot. So usually after your first round of making the Z's monsters, you link those off into this, get you another one, and then get back into your second round. Just in case your opponent does stop this, you can always use another one. We play Gimmick Puppet Gigantes Doll. You have a lot of rank 4s in this deck, very easy to make. What this does is you detach 2 material from this, and then you gain control of 1 monster that your opponent controls. Also, a great thing is after you're done with the rank 4s, basically, you contribute this, and then all the monsters that you currently control become level 8. So what's great is even after, let's say, taking control of your opponent's monster, you contribute this, that level 1, 2, whatever it is, becomes a level 8, and then you can also use those as material for something like this. My number 68, Santa Font of the Sky Prison. This is just basically a generic level 8. So in case, because a lot of the gimmick puppet monsters do require machines, not all, but there's I think like 1 or 2, maybe. I don't know. I got to look through it. But anyways, just in case, I mean, you can make this, and what you do, it does gain attack and defense, 100 attack and defense for each monster in both graveyards. So very powerful, especially in a deck like this where it dumps a lot into the grave. And then until the end of your opponent's next turn, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, another player can special summon monsters from their graveyard. So in case you can't OTK with this deck because, strings and dark strings are both at 1, just in case you can't, this is a very good card to have. So we got that at 1. We have number C15, Gimmick Puppet Giant Killer. This doesn't come up as often, but I mean, it's still pretty good to come up. So this is a rank 9. So this is where cards like the rank up spell shine, because this says 3 level 9 monsters. Now you saw like everything else was like level 4 or level 8. So you're not really going to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to use the rank up spell to rank up your level rank 8 Z's monster into one of these. So once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card. Target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. Then, if it was a monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. So you're going to see, basically from now on, most of these cards are going to be burn damage. We play Gimmick Puppet, number 40, Gimmick Puppet of Strings. So on summon, what you do is, once per turn, you can detach 1 material and then place string counters on everybody on the field. Then what you normally do is you use your rank up spells to make number C40, Gimmick Puppet of Dark Strings. Now on summon, everything with a string counter is going to be destroyed, and then the monster with the highest attack is going to be inflicted as burn damage to your opponent. These were the 2 cards right here that were OTKing everybody, and so they basically limit these to just 1, which is not really a problem because you still have like I said, the what's the dude, the Giant Killer. You have this, which I play at 2. You could play this at 1. Number 15, Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder. So up to twice per turn. During your main phase 1, you can detach 1 material from this card. Target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Then if it was a Z's monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. So like with the mansion, with the what's his face, the Fantastic Machinex, and so on, you can easily get out whatever this needs onto your opponent's field. Detach, burn. You can do it twice. Detach, burn. So that's why I usually do play this at 2, because this is not a once per turn card either. So if you already used up 1 and you can get another one with, let's say, 1 or 2 material, that's even more burn damage. These right here are the bread and butter to this deck. The Gimmick Puppet Fantastic Machinex. This is the one on summon. You will detach 1 material, add a rank up spell. So not only can you get the normal rank up spell, you can get that phantom rank up spell. And then you also get a normal summon. You get a normal summon, one more machine monster, in addition to your already normal summon. So fantastic. Also, when Aziz monster is special summoned to either field, this card can be special summoned to either field, and then search up one of your rank up spells from grave. So not only does the normal rank up spell add itself, you can use this first to add it, use that card to rank up, and then on summon of another Z's monster, you can bring that back. So you can get it twice per turn. Use it a total of 3 times per turn. Very, very powerful to have these. Also, this is normally what you're going to be using the rank up spell into. The C's, CZ, I don't know how the hell to say that. C, or is it? CZ CXYZ. God damn it. Gimmick Puppet Fantastic Machinist. This card, on summon, this is the card that's going to be searching your Gimmick Puppet trap. So right away on summon, you get to add one of those trap cards. Um, Also, if a monster special summoned to your opponent's field, you can target one monster, destroy it, and then inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of its original attack. So basically, on summon, you're gonna use something like what the hell is that thing called? I'm always forgetting the names of these. Gimmick Puppet Cattle Scream. So what it does is, let's say you're gonna detach this material. You use this basically to special summon this, and then boom, you already inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. After that, you're gonna detach whatever other material and then summon it to your side of the field. So very good, very powerful combos right there. This is a combo heavy deck, in case you haven't noticed it by now. But very easy. Now these are what's gonna finish off your opponent if you cannot OTK them with burn damage. So these are my Gimmick Puppet Raid Raptor Ultimate Falcon and my Gimmick Puppet Raid Raptor Rising Rebellion Falcon. You don't even need to do any of their other effects. These are 2 towers. Right away, they are unaffected by other cards' effects. The only way basically to get over these is to actually get over them with attack. This one on summon has 3,500 attack. This one here has 4,000 attack. Either the only way to get over them is to attack or to use something that forces the player, such as let's say rivalry, where it forces the player to make choices in order to keep something on the field. Other than that, these can't be basically destroyed. They can't be targeted. They can't be whatever. Um, so normally what you're going to do is, if you're not going to use the rank up Argent Chaos Force to go into your Gimmick Puppets, or let's say you start off with one of these in hand, you can use the Fantastic Machinips to search Phantom Knight's rank up Magic Force. Man, I need to drink more water while I'm doing this, dude. But anyways, you can make this, so you use that quick effect after, let's say, you end up burning your opponent. Usually, what I do is I burn my opponent for like 6,000 by the time I end up on Dark Strings. What I normally will do is I will have a Condolence Puppet in the grave, banish this. So now for the rest of the turn, your opponent can't destroy this card basically. And then let's say you have enough material in grave, you have this thing set, and then what you do is in your opponent's main phase, you're going to use this, you're going to banish the material, and then you're either going to make your Gimmick Puppet Raid Raptor Ultimate Falcon, or you're going to make your Gimmick Puppet Raid Raptor Rising Rebellion Falcon. And then basically it's all over from there. Because they're most likely not going to get over that. You will more than likely have one of these two, Puppet Parade or Service Puppet Play, or if you're lucky, you have Rivalry of Warlords. You have something basically to slow your opponent, if not stop them in their tracks, to get more cards on the field, and then you're just sitting on one of these towers. And I've actually had duels where you can get both of these, because if I can get back into my Fantastic Machinex, then add the rank up spell back. So I've had duels where I've had both of these, and then it's hard enough dealing with one, and then dealing with two is almost impossible. So that is the entire extra deck. That is the entire deck profile. So if you guys want to see a follow up video with combos and yada yada yada, it's very fun. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend this is like a tier one, tier zero deck. It's basically a tier two deck. But if you do enjoy uh, dark ass archetypes like this, like I do, with these creepy ass looking things, or if you just want to have fun, you want to learn a combo heavy deck, this is a fun deck. It's a pretty cheap deck. Most of the cards in here are pretty cheap. You could probably make this deck for about like $50, minus like the Raid Raptors maybe or the Forbidden Droplets. Other than that, every other card in here is pretty cheap because not a lot of people do play Gimmick Puppets. They're not in high demand, but they're relatively easy to get. Very fun deck. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I should drink more water so that way I'm not really stuttering as much. Like I said in my last video, I don't really do this a lot, but if you want me to do it more and you want to, be on my journey of improving my speech in these videos, then just go ahead and join. Go ahead and like and subscribe and all that stuff. But anyways, we will see you on the next one. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to make a combo video with Gimmick Puppets. Until then, cool. We'll see you next time.